Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Tell Talk Tuesday, where we explore topics under the DEI umbrella. Today, I want to talk about a question that I was posed today on a panel that I sat on deep equity work. And the question, I think, can benefit a lot of people. And the question is, how do you engage audience members and participants in deep equity work? Seeing that we have a lot of sensitive topics, and I think this will be beneficial for a lot of people and organizations. So one, before I give you my top 3 tools and strategies, I want to put this disclaimer out here. You're going to mess up. The moment you accept that you will mess up, it makes doing the work more feasible. It makes it easier knowing that it's not a matter of if you will say the wrong things, if you will mess up and offend somebody, it's when it will happen. And the moment you take that pressure off of yourself, you can lean into the possibility of learning from others. So here goes the top 3 now that I've given you the disclaimer. One, you want to make sure that you give people a space where they can be vulnerable and less apprehensive. And you do that by establishing a shared language and giving people shared tools, a toolkit so that they can engage in these conversations. Number 2, you want participants to engage in productive struggle. This is probably my number 1 tool if I had to rank them in order. And I kind of stole this from the math world, where they say if kids find, the work too easy, consistently too easy, or consistently too hard, they check out. And so you want to make sure that you're giving people enough so that it encourages them to lean in and to learn. And as a participant, I want you to challenge yourself when you are confronted with some of these deep equity topics. Is it self-preservation or is it self-interest? Is this my own personal interest that I'm protecting, or am I trying to protect my social and emotional well-being by engaging in this topic? And what is it that I can contribute to the whole? And then lastly, you have to stretch that muscle. You have to continue the conversations. You have to provide spaces for people to engage in these conversations at work. Oftentimes, major events happen in society and in our life, things that alter our access, participation, our rights, and we don't say anything. We don't feel that we can say anything. There's not a space for us to engage in these conversations. So the more uncomfortable you get, the easier it becomes. I know that sounds backwards, but you need to continue to get uncomfortable. And the more uncomfortable you get, the less it becomes uncomfortable to engage in these conversations. So if you have any tips of how you engage in conversations about equity, centered around equity, especially when it's really difficult, especially when people are coming from different perspectives, please drop in the chat how you deal with them. I would love to hear your perspective. And thank you for listening to Tell Talk Tuesday.